You know, the thing with overlanding is the higher you are from the ground, the more places you can get to. So obviously, this time around, we're going to lift the Porsche. And no, nobody makes a lift kit. Lifting the suspension on a car like this comes in two different flavors. The front has traditional McPherson struts, while the rear has torsion bars. So in the front, taking inspiration from a very cool Baja build, this car, we are going to do it using these. These are machined spaces of aluminium that go in between the McPherson strut and the mount in the body. Yet again, not the most efficient way of raising a suspension, but the cheapest and the fastest. And if those guys survived on that, I think we will too. The rear end, however, is more complicated. The rear end is torsion bars, which can be adjusted, which doesn't cost any money, but it's complicated because you have to remove the entire rear axle in order to do it. And that's exactly what we're going to do. And since you're watching this, I think we will succeed. I'm now going to build a Max Trax mount. Oh, it's dark. And we are on the verge of disassembling a rear suspension. The only thing we got done in the meantime from yesterday evening when we thought we had it figured out and now is that I drove home with the Toyota and did some really cool pictures of it. The issue here is that the rear torsion bars are rusted solid in their carrier tubes. And we had no way of getting them out, and we have to figure out a solution now. Okay, since we have determined via the manual that one spline on one of the sides equals to 9 degrees of spring plate angle, and the other side equals to 8 degrees and 10 minutes of spring angle, we can then mix and match our rotation outside and inside to create exactly the amount of rotation that we need, which is around about 7 degrees, for a total of 40mm lift in the rear. In theory, this is a 40mm lift axle. In theory. In essence, there are two different kinds of working on old cars. One, the Range Rover way we did, which is disassemble everything, clean it, and then put it back together with new parts. And this way, the fix it, modify it, and, well, only fix it and replace it if it's broken. And for that kind of work on a 40-year-old car, this is an invaluable tool. It's completely out of the question that it's sick, but I have no idea about the adjustment, like literally none, especially with the rear shock absorbers. This is now the fun part. I drove home in this, and surprisingly enough, with the little modifications that we did, this is lifted 40mm, and it doesn't drive like crap. That is us. So because this isn't badass enough, we are going to mount the max tracks that we have on the rear, because every good car needs max tracks. Dun 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 dun. Hey, did you know that as part of the event we're rallying in, we started a fundraiser to do some good in Australia? Because these guys are not quite done with the crisis, so please take a look. Link is in the description.